so that y'all can see the board. So y'all can see the board. Okay. If y'all not followed on YouTube, y'all got to get on our YouTube at Mache Dot. Hold on, is it Mache? No, it's just Mache Flow on YouTube. All right. What I need to figure out is if this is working because you know, right before we go live, it wasn't working. So, well, actually, it was working. I actually broke my cord. So, they don't want us to have the soundboard today. So, hopefully, it still. I'll try to put it back together later. But hopefully, it being a C type charger, it still works the same way. You know what I mean, y'all? All right. So, actually, let me check out. Let's put the time on. I got an hour and 15 to teach y'all about moving forward, not allowing fear to overtake you. But before we get started, I kind of need to see if, what do I need to see, YT? I need to see if the sound is on here. If you can hear me, can y'all hear the sound on the board? Like, is the soundboard working? I need to check that first before we get started. All right. What up, though, y'all? Can y'all hear the soundboard? Like, do y'all hear the buttons? You'll see, I only have. Hold on. TikTok, can y'all talk? Jesus, one person. Can y'all hear the buttons on the soundboard? Yes or no? Can y'all hear me? I need to know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? The mic, soundboard. Although y'all, I'm on YouTube. If y'all don't answer me, then I'm gonna just rock out. And then I guess TikTok won't hear what we got going on. What up, YouTube? I can't really see the screen, y'all. So if y'all come into the chat and y'all speak, thank y'all for being here, bro. I'm excited. We're trying to make sure that our equipment is working. I literally just broke my cord to the soundboard, which is connected to TikTok, which is with the like claps and stuff like that. But it broke. So what I'm trying to figure out right now, before we get started, I'm not in a rush, so I'm kind of cool. I'm flexible today, y'all. So what up, AKA official? I see you, official. Welcome to the chat. What I'm trying to figure out is if TikTok can hear the soundboard because the mic is now. We having some technical difficulties, y'all. I've been gone for 2 weeks, so of course the energy's all wacky and you know, yeah, okay, that focused. Okay. So what I'm trying to figure out, YT YouTube, is I'm trying to see if my TikTok soundboard is working. That's basically what we're doing. I'm trying to wait on one of my moderators to come in the chat. so I can figure that out like ASAP. But I'm excited to teach today. I think, I say this a lot. Oh, I'm tired of teaching. I'm tired. I don't want to do it anymore. And every time I wake up and, I have the chance to do it, I think that I fall in love with it even more. And, today we're just going to talk about, failure reframing. And we're going to look that word up together, right? Even if you feel like you know the definition of failure, right? But sometimes I've realized about myself and about my journey is that not all the time do I know definitions of words, but I know the word. I'll be honest with y'all. My one of my like punishments as a kid was to, write the definite. I mean, to write the words and the definitions. But I'll be honest, as a kid, like you're not worried about, oh, you know, let me make sure I know the definitions because she's gonna ask me. My mom never really was like, yo, go learn something. It was more so, this is gonna be hectic and you're gonna do it because you didn't listen to me. What I find interesting about that challenge in my life as a kid is it's made me very articulate. So to on a board, YouTube, I'm just gonna teach from the back end and we're gonna keep it flowing. All right. So hopefully TikTok can hear us. If TikTok can't hear us, oh well, they just staring at us. But YouTube, hopefully you guys can hear us. Is my voice loud enough? It's early where I'm at, so I'm trying not to be too loud, but I know that, you know, my voice is kind of, it carries, right? So today we have on a board, ask yourself, what would I do if you were afraid? I'm gonna say that one more time. Ask yourself, what would I do if you weren't afraid? And I heard this today because I was taking a shower, not trying to be too, you know, deep into what I'm talking about in my life. But I was in a shower listening to a book that I had the pleasure of receiving back in 2022. Um, that was a big year for me. It was a big year for my business. It was when my business actually matured in a way that I didn't realize. And we started doing this. So, um, give it up for us, right? Because we're still doing this. And I told you guys 2022. So we've been doing this for a while. We've been doing this for a long time. And even before you realize when you analyze your life, you've been doing things repetitionally and not even realizing it. But I want you guys to ask yourselves this question. The book that, you know, we're talking about reading or that I listened to this rise was a book in our Discord. Now, I'm going to keep that a little secret, right? But I wanted to bring this question to you guys. And if I'm all over the place, this is kind of how we teach because I want you guys to hear me when I say walk with me and talk with me because the goal today is to recognize patterns. The goal today is not to get rich quick scheme. And even if we could get rich quick, we're definitely going to approach it with a intentional mindset, right? So, reason I want you to ask yourself this question because a lot of times we don't even shine light on a lot of places in our life that was very impactful to us as well as, we don't even realize that it harmed us, but it also elevated us. So the cool thing about my mom making me write down so many words and you're reading so many words and it becomes embedded because after you continuously do something it's a pattern, right? And the cool thing is I know a lot of words. I may not know all definitions of the words that I know, but I know how to use the word, right? In the sentence, but I'm cool to look something up because I'll be honest with you guys, like I'm not a person who is shy of learning something. I'm not shy of somebody teaching me something because wise man knows that they know nothing, right? So the reason I want you to ask yourself this question, and we're going to look up failure together after this, after you let this ponder on your mind. What would I do if I weren't afraid? And in the book, basically what they were talking about is just change. willing to walk into the unknown and feel free enough to know that although I'm afraid, how great can I become and how great can it be? So I want you to keep that. I want you to keep this question on your brain today. What would I do if I weren't scared? Like, what would I do if I weren't afraid? I'm giving y'all the afraid because that's the more subtle. But if you're from if you grew up how I grew up, what you so scared of? You scared that it may not be more. You scared that it may not what? What are you scared of? I don't want to tell you guys what you're scared of. I want you to tell yourself. And whatever you just thought of just now, that's making it worse. Thinking those thoughts is making it worse. Thinking that right there makes the energy more heightened and more heavy. The cool thing about having to write the whole goddamn dictionary, you know, is the cool thing is that I know that a lot of things mean the same, but is used the same. So they say your brain is very powerful. They say that if you use it, right, in the best way possible, if you use your brain, you can be successful. Everybody has a brain, right? If everybody was afraid, we'd have no millionaires. If everybody was afraid, we probably wouldn't have shelter to live. If people who had an idea did not act on the idea. So the things that you currently use today in your, I want to say your frequency, right? Just think about it. Imagine if that person, excuse me, y'all, look, they don't even want me to talk. It's our first day back. We're going to flow today, y'all. If you understand my voice, it's no coincidence. I hope you're taking something in. I hope you have a pen or paper, right? Pencil or paper. If you're seeing the replay, I hope you go get a pen and paper. 'Cause I feel like I'm a just set somebody free today, even if it's my, even if it's just myself. That's cool, right? Because then I'll be able to show up better later and tomorrow and the day before. I mean, day after. So basically, what I'm saying, y'all, is everybody has the same 24 hours. Everybody has the same exact tools. There's no I was dealt a bad hand. I don't understand what that is anymore. I was talking to my lady, right? We were discussing some things, and it's really funny to like pick her brain because she's always like going. And I thought I was the only person like that, like the only person eager to really like get to the bag and like I never met nobody like her with the grind, the stride, and the ability to have it longevity. That's the coolest thing about it. But I helped her realize something. She was saying like, I don't have the opportunities, I don't have the support system. I studied that statement that she said for I want to say like a week or two, right? I've been away, y'all. So if you're understanding my voice right now, like you are supposed to be here. This is no coincidence. I took 2 weeks off. We just came back from vacation. I'm feeling rest, rejuvenated. That's why I'm taking my time. And I know everybody's not going to be able to sit and really ponder on what we're talking about here today. But if you give me just an hour and maybe 15 minutes, I promise you, I'll take you to the next level. And and in this hour, I'm going to jam pack things you already know. If you're under the sound of my voice, you already understand this. You already know what this sounds like. You already know what it looks like. You've seen it in so many different forms. But today we're actually going to reframe and we're going to shift it so that the foundation is sturdy. Does that make sense? All right. So I know I'm all over the place. I told y'all I want you guys to walk and talk with me, right? That's why I'm taking my time walking and talking. I want you guys to hear what I'm saying, but I want you to really listen with your inner compass. What feels right to you? I'm looking at my notes right here, and the live before we went on vacation, we were talking about frequency versus time. And the example here on the page is John spent 3 hours this week reading, right? 7 days a week, 24 hours. You do the math. How many hours out of that did John do? He only did 3 hours that week. I want you to start pinpointing and paying attention to your life before change happens to you that you're not ready for. But what we're talking about today is what happens when we do have moments where change happens and we wasn't ready for it. How do we move past that? So we're going to talk about that today. Reason why we're talking and asking ourselves, what would I do if I weren't afraid? Because what would I do? How would I move? How would I think? Or is it always just about what you don't have? See, everybody has the same tools. A lot of you guys under the sound of my voice, you see, I'm in my zone. This is what I do, right? A lot of you guys under the sound of my voice right now, like you probably have a 9 to 5, but you say you have no money, right? You probably have opportunities that are just like not even passing you by. You're running right into the opportunities. But because you won't take the time to actually analyze, right? We're missing opportunities. So when I'm talking to y'all, I'm talking to me. I always feel like there's always growth for myself, right? Because who wants to stay the same? Why wouldn't I chase unknownness? Why do I want to stay the same forever? That's not exciting to you or me. A lot of people know that. That's not exciting to y'all, right? What up, PRZ? So YouTube, I can't see y'all the screen, so I just have to make sure I come jump back. And TikTok, I'm doing the same for y'all. Thank you for the follow, Quiet Storm. Quiet Storm, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear my mic? Can y'all hear me? While you playing, you better sit down and really take this game in. Okay, cool. Give me one more thing. Can you hear that button? Quiet Storm. That's one of my favorite songs by Young M.A. You can't hear the, but you can hear the mic. But you can hear the mic. Like you can hear me talking like this. Sorry, YouTube. And this is the grind, y'all. This is the journey. Ebbs and flows, right? I was impressed to get no answer, but can you hear the mic though? Is what I need to know. All right. So to jump back in here, today's topic is about failure reframing because I've noticed that and I hear a lot about, right? I hear and I notice a lot of times that the reason why I told you guys about me learning or having to write the whole dictionary front to back a lot of times because I was rebellious as a kid. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't listen at all. Like, and it's interesting to me that I feel like a lot of people don't listen to me. And although it may be true, the second perspective of it is so many people are awakening and learning that expressing the unknown is so much more beautiful than really always having it planned out. And I'm a person who I'm very, you know, punctual. I gotta have it written out. I gotta look at it and I have to have it planned. And sometimes, this journey has taught me that sometimes the plan just won't work, right? And you have to just be willing to identify something different. Does that make sense, y'all? All right, so if you're watching this, whatever time you're watching this, I hope that you realize that it's not a time stamp or time limit. It is frequency. So if you're coming across us right now, welcome to Mache Flow. This is how Mache flows. I hope that it helps you. I hope it takes you to the next level. And as I continue to go to the next level, I will continue to share, how I feel about things, and I hope you would do the same in a way that you need to. And I hope I encourage you to do whatever it is that you want to do in this time, right? And although you may be coming across me, I am just a confirmation. I'm not somebody who's trying to tell you how to live, but I'm just trying to ask you to walk and talk with me. And if, what we're walking and talking about, if you're cool with what we're walking and talking about, and it's something that you want to keep with you, I encourage you to keep it. And that's basically what that book that I was listening to in the shower talks about. Honestly, is just, you know, the ending is probably like my favorite because, once he gets to the location after he has realized and learned to laugh at himself, but y'all, life is supposed to be lived. Life is not supposed to be always taken so seriously. I think a lot of people think I'm a serious person, but I think I'm a very unserious person. Like, I think I want to have so much fun while I do a lot of things. Um, but I'm a person who can adapt, right? I know when moments are more serious than others, I would say, right? But the end of the book is so interesting because although he had made it, he still was hoping and wishing that the other people that he wanted to make it with, right? It's like he knew he was just hoping. Feel me? And when we get to the end of the book, he really just talks about like, yo, I've been praying. I hope that my homeboy, although I can't go back and get him, I hope he understands what I wrote on the wall. And this was one of the writings that he wrote on the wall. This is why I wanted to give y'all this today because I was like, automatically when I heard the end of the book, I was like, oh, okay, so success leaves breadcrumbs. See, a lot of people don't realize that success has already left breadcrumbs. You already have the tools that you need in front of you. You just have to actually be present and get out of hot air balloon and actually bring that hot air balloon down and really, wake up to your life. Like sometimes you just don't even realize that you actually just put your head down and going, 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 going until it all crashes and burns. But why? I want you to ask yourself, why does it have to get to that point? Right? And it's some things that I've learned about myself. Just we're on a 90-day challenge still. Today is day 55. I looked at that and I was like, whew, you know. But the good thing about me looking at that day is like, yo, we're so many days in, but we're so many days out that I didn't even realize that, yo, we still have so much time on the clock. So if you feel like anything in your life is not going the way you want it to go, this is what I want you to ask yourself next. After you ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? I want you to ask yourself this. What the hell would I do once I realized that, yo, I had this shit all along? It's me. I am the solution. Shifting and changing is a part of life. Staying stuck and stagnant is too. It's just you asking yourself, what am I choosing every day? You know? So let's get into, let's see how much time I got. I'm almost done here. Oh, it's 9:30, y'all. I got 52 minutes. Got 52 minutes. So we got some time to get these notes in. All right. I'm having a ball. If you're seeing this on a record, yo, this is our first day back. It's getting close to my lady time too, y'all. So I'm just like chilled. I'm like super laid back, bro. Like I'm just, I'm just, yeah. All right. So today we're gonna talk about failure reframing, and we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna look up that reframing word too. How about that? We're gonna do both. Let me make sure. Let me make sure y'all penciled in on YouTube. What up, MJ? My bad if y'all I'm screaming. My bad. So we're gonna look up each word. How about that? We're gonna break each word down. because I find it on my journey that although I know the word, I don't always know the definition, and that's okay, y'all. That's okay. Sometimes it's just knowing where to get the information from, which is so much better, okay, than really, you know what I'm saying, having the information. As long as you can understand where to go to get the information, you have the information. See, a lot of people, they try to like, so many people don't even think about the greatness and the goodness of being able to go get some information from this person and that person, because a lot of people don't know stuff. Like, and I think, and I don't think people really, realize how deep that is. Like, a lot of people don't know things, and that's what really hinders people from being successful in their field and what they have, because they don't know. And so many people have made it. Like, I can remember being in school, like, bro, I'm a bookworm. I'm really a nerd, bro. I'm really just a nerd who got some fly swag, like, for real. Call me Mrs. Urkel, no shade. Call me Mrs. Urkel, because I just be in chill wear like this. You know, I like being a workout wear because I'm down to get a workout in. I want some chill. Like, I really am. I really live a wealthy lifestyle because I live on my own terms. It's not even about when we're talking rags to riches. I hope you didn't think that I was going to be on here flashing money at you. I hope you don't think that I'm ever going to be showing y'all my bank account, because guess what? That's not going to help you get to the next level. What's going to help you get to the next level is really shifting identities, right? And doing a whole 180. So, failure reframe. Let's look up failure, right? Failure means the state or condition of not meeting a goal. Okay? Let's stop there for a little bit, because that means you didn't hit the goal. So what? So what? Pick it back up, pick up the plan and figure out what did not work. Cool. Now that we have a list of what did not work, let's do a list of what did work. What actually made me feel good? What did I put in motion? Although the goal wasn't fully met, right? Although the goal was not fully met, what did work? Feel me? Sit down and ask yourself these questions. Stop being scared. Laugh at yourself. Who cares? You don't have to be perfect. Start messy, then you critique it, right? Let's move next into the more deeper definition, right? This is Google. This is free, right? Mind you, this is free. Google's free. People can open up Google and it's free. Whether or not you guys want to admit, oh, I don't want to use like, whether you guys want to admit it, you have the tools in front of you. Y'all always on these phones. Stop goddamn scrolling all the damn time. Pause so that you can figure out what the fuck is going on in your life. Excuse my language. GTA for TikTok. I don't know if I can say that on here, but I made sure that this is not for kids so that I know my live, especially on YouTube, is grown people. It's grown people. And even if you're 18 and you're 18 and you're 19, still get this work. Because guess what? If you are those ages, guess what? I'm 26. It took me a while. Don't wait long to shift and change, because then you'll be looking back like, yo, where did the time go? It's good that you're young. It's good that you don't know things, because if you are eager to learn, people like me is willing to teach you. Simple. I don't think my mom came in here on TikTok yet, but yo, she jumped on a 90-day challenge with me. She had $0 in her bank account, y'all. She literally like running thin. One week she was complaining about money. The next week, y'all, she was up $50. That may seem small to y'all, but if you're not used to saving money, $50 in the stash is a good feeling. Cause guess what? Now what's gonna happen? Something has to start the fucking momentum, y'all. I'm talking that talk right now. Like I told y'all, I'm soft, but I can be aggressive sometimes. I know y'all like that on TikTok, the aggressiveness. You like people cussing at you, and I know YouTube, y'all like some chill people. So I'm kind of making everybody, I ain't ice cream. Everybody ain't gonna be pleased with me, but that's okay. But failure on Google says it is the opposite of success. The word can describe a missed goal, a broken machine, or a duty you did not do. Hmm. Or a duty you did not do. So watch this. I know that sounds a little funny, and I know if it was some kids in here, they'd be all key and cracking up. I hope your inner kid is actually happy that I said the do you don't do, the do you didn't do. Okay, All right. But watch this. They say the lack of success. I don't even know what that means. I don't know the lack of anything, right? Because although I may did not obtain it, that doesn't necessarily say I'm not successful because now I've learned something different about the game. When I don't be successful all the time, right? I'm still successful all the time. What are you saying, Big? What I'm saying is this. Although I may didn't hit the goal how I wanted to do, right? It was my duty to do something and I did that. So what I'm going to take from that is totally up to me. I can look at it as failure or I can look at it as functioning, okay? So we're going to change the word on the board. If you understand my voice, it's no coincidence. I hope you're enjoying this. If you're seeing the replay, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Actually, before we change that, let's look up the word reframing. Y'all, just walk and talk with me. I promise. If you walk and talk with me, I'm gonna change your fucking life. I promise you. I promise you. You don't need to pay it. Y'all, I'm showing y'all me, but y'all forget the messenger. Forget me. It's the game here. It's the wisdom. So even if you are 18, 19, I feel like I got a few people in the chat that's 18 or 19. If you're on YT right now, if you're on TikTok, if you're under the age of 20, drop something in the chat. But if you're over the age of 20, 22, if you're over the age of 22, drop some fires in the chat. If you're under the age of 22, drop some hearts. Drop me your favorite heart in the chat. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. All right. Because I like what it says failure to do your duty because your duty is to create, right? Your duty is to create, your duty is to transmute, your duty is to be you authentically, right? And whatever that comes with, we have to see how that works for us. And if it doesn't work, we have to learn how to reframe it. Not necessarily get it gone, right? Because it attracted something to us for a reason. Man, we're gonna get deep. How long do I have? I got 43 minutes left. Somebody says I'm 22. Okay, what up, Jay? What up, Jay? You right on the cusp. You right on the cusp. So you just getting out here in this world, Jay. And that's okay because this is the cool thing about just getting into the world and it being like scary. I don't know. Everybody's saying I should have a career by this age. Like, oh my God, what? And even if you're like that, Jay, and you don't even want to admit it, that's okay because at a moment in my life when I was 22, I didn't want to admit that shit. Like, yo, people want me to live like this, but I'm on the battle that I want to live like this. But people are telling me, yo, I need physical proof to live like this. And that's not true. If you're willing to reframe whatever it is you're doing right now, that's growth, that's success. Although you may not have the full result yet, you will receive breadcrumbs, you will receive gems along the journey. Okay? I don't know what's that for. We got reframing in here. Y'all ready? Reframing is the psychological, watch this, and communication process of changing how you view, interpret, or present a situation, thought, or event by shifting your perspective. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think I ever looked up the word reframing, but I knew that it was something psychological that had to shift in order. Come on, y'all with me today? I don't care if I'm only helping one person today, bro. I don't care if I'm only helping one person today, bro. So now we realize reframing is something that doesn't happen exterior, it happens in inner. Okay. So now y'all following me. So look, if you're following me, you've been following me for about 30 minutes now, you're probably like, what does this have to do with my life? I get it. Watch this. So now we've realized that failure is not really failure, it's function. It's letting you know that something is working, but things need to be tweaked. Reframing shows us that it is not something that happens outside of yourself in a tool, meaning it's not in money, meaning it's not in friends, meaning it's not in people. It's something spiritual, it's something inner mindset shift, choosing different behavior. right? That's something that is not tangible, but we know it's there. So I want you to ask yourself, what is there today that you know is keeping you stuck and stagnant, but you want to continue to allow, right, your machine to function? Watch this. First thing I want you to do is write down a past mistake. Or I don't even want you to look at it as a mistake. I want you to a past memory. Let's say a past memory. Because I don't want you to feel bad about the things that you've done in your life. But I will be honest and say this, that if you're not honest now, the 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 hurt later is going to impact you way more than it would impact you right now. Let me say that again. If you do not be honest now, later on down the line, that honesty is going to hit a little harder than it would right now if you stand in it. So what I want you to do with that past memory, right, y'all? I gotta give me some new markers. I know, y'all. I should have been doing that on vacation, but child, I wasn't thinking about it. I'd had another pen. I literally had two pencils here. I got 39 minutes. So look, I'm in no rush. The time ain't going nowhere. Oh, there we go. Y'all ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys will stay. Thank you for the daily heart me. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Medium, what's up, my guy? Y'all go pick up Medium. That was the first podcast I ever was on. Appreciate you. You gave me a platform. All right. So watch this. This is what I want you to do with that memory. And remember, this whenever you're seeing this, because this is going to be recorded. TikTok, if you guys want to pick us up on YouTube, it's the same tag right here on TikTok, on YouTube, Monshay Flow, MonShayFlow. If you want to work with me, right? One on one, DM me BIG right now, wherever you at. Because guess what? I've learned that YouTube can do it, and I know TikTok can. So DM me the word BIG and we're going to get it in. All right. But right now, what I want you to do is we about to reframe our failure, our thoughts on our failure. Because see, a lot of times we think because we start and stop things that means that, oh, you don't deserve it. Sometimes I know what it can feel like, yo, you can just be running at something full speed and you still fall. And you feel like because you wasn't first across the finish line, right? It feels like, yo, what am I doing this for? I'm gonna help you refigure out your why today, and I hope it can be big enough so that the how is easy. I'm just gonna put that. All right. So I want you to write down a past memory. After you do that, right? I want you to list the lessons it taught. What was something you didn't know about? Like your first, your first heartache. Because I don't believe that anybody could break your heart unless you give them full access to it. So although it almost felt like my heart is hurting, right? Although it felt like that, what did it teach you? It probably taught you something like this. It probably taught you take your time more often, be selective, be intentional, right? It probably taught you to not always believe everything people say out their mouth, but to pay attention to their actions more often, right? Even if your mom or dad didn't teach you, this is probably something that you learned. And the cool thing about this is these are gems. Lessons aren't always because you did something wrong. I'm here to validate somebody today. What up, y'all? I'm here to validate somebody today. Can I validate you? Just because you had to learn a lesson doesn't mean you did anything wrong. I'm gonna just be real, bro. Can I talk that wealth talk? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. So many people want to blame somebody for something, but to be honest, I am here to validate you because although That person may have kicked it like that. Like, be for real. If that person was still in your life, would you be better mentally or worse mentally? There's nothing in the past that's coming back, bro. Let it go. Ain't no money that you spent in the past coming back. We wish. I wish that money I spent on da 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 da. I wish it would come on back. It ain't coming back. You better get you some new money. Okay? The time you had to work on that project last week, it ain't coming back. You gotta create some new time. But the cool thing about failure, right? That quote unquote failure word, it just means that it's functioning, but it's not successfully functioning. So what do? We break it down. One, you gotta have a why. You gotta have a reason why you're doing this shit, bro. I get frustrated all the time, like, yo, I'm tired of teaching. But every time I get in here, I get in that mode, bro. It's like nothing. Every time I do this shit, it's like, yo, every time I give somebody the game and it takes them to the next level, I told y'all, I meant to tell y'all about one of my moderators. Although she just joined the 90-day challenge, hold on, she was up 50 her first week. She's now up over 200 on the portfolio. Like, I'm helping people make money. I'm helping you steward. Listen, I can't make you make money, bro. I can help you steward your bread though and flip it, and I can teach you how to, yeah. I can't make money for you. I'm not teach you how to make my money. I'm gonna teach you how to make your money. Simple. That's what I help you with. I want to help you with your traumatic experiences. Not really, I'm not a therapist, but I just want to show you how things are broken down and how it all circles back to what you want to do, what you want to be. You starts with a why. So what do you mean your why is not important? What do you mean you don't know your why? You starts with a why. I know that's a little confusing. Okay, cool. So after we realized what we had to learn, although it was painful, you know what I'm saying? We needed it, right? Because it gave us this dog, right? When you it's something about when you feel left out, bro. It's something about when you feel like people don't see your greatness. It's something about when people don't want to show up and be who you need them to be in your life, bro. It's something about that that just brings that dog out of you. Actually, bring your dog out. What's the point here? And still be a nice, beautiful butterfly. Bring that dog out. Listen, the lessons, you're not always the reason why you had to learn them. Sometimes it's just about your anointing, why you had to learn those lessons. Is that okay? Is that okay? That you're holding such a great fucking anointing? What about that? You ever thought about that? Like, yo, she or he needs to learn these lessons. And your spiritual team is like, yo, we know they need to be equipped with this. So here your happy self, walking into opportunities. La 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 la. Ain't thinking about too much. Boom, you faced with something you didn't even realize was gonna happen. So it taught you like, okay, I need to be on my game. I need to make sure I'm not forgetting that just because it's a good time, I'm not forgetting my why. Okay? Watch this. Watch this. Now that we have lessons, right? Now that we didn't life didn't taught us, cool, right? Feel your feelings. I'm gonna be honest, cry, bro. Cry. You can go to the rage room, get mad, go shoot a, yeah, 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 yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do what, crash out if you need to. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself some time to crash out. Dead homies. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Give yourself to feel. Feel every experience of growth, like grief. Like, you don't ever get over people, you know, not no longer being in this realm with you, and you still have to journey and flow through life. You never get over that. It's gonna be really up moments because you're doing it for, right, your people. Then you gotta feel your feelings like, yo, I didn't want to do this without you. That just came to mind. I don't know who that's for. Maybe y'all are dealing with grief today. I've been doing, hold on, y'all. I've been doing things what other people said for all these years. Got top grades, went to college, got a job, barely made some friends. Parents were only into grades, so I gave it. Never thought about what I want in my life. Now I feel empty. I didn't care what to do. Like even if I want to start gym sometimes stopping me. I left my job because it was draining me. I'm just empty now. What do you mean you empty? Look, what I say, feel your feelings. Feel your feelings. Sometimes you gotta be honest with you too. That if that was your why, let's reframe it. Because if watch this, if this vase is empty, right? It still can be used, no? Jay, don't get me started up in here today, for real. Let me look at the time. How much I got? I got 30 minutes. I got 30 minutes and I still got to get down the page. We're going to get it done. But look at this, Jay. This vase right here is empty, but it can still be used. What can it be used for? Hey, whatever you choose to use it for. A lot of people sometimes they build a little fish, right? You could build a whole little fish bowl right here with this, no shade. Put a little rocks at the bottom, little, especially if you get a little fish, right? If you don't know how to take care of a fish, I probably would get a fish and put it here. I'm thinking about getting a fish and putting it in here for real. But another thing is you can put beautiful flowers in it, right? So if you're feeling down, you can put some flowers in there and you start filling up. I don't know about you, Jay, but at the times that I used to feel empty, I just asked myself, what do I feel that I need to feel whole? You may not have that answer. Maybe it's I just want to be good enough for being me. And guess what? That's when you can reframe your life right then and there. I'm good with just being me. What up, Key? I'm good with just being me. All right. I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you. If you want some deeper, that's just that's for everybody in the room, right? That was for everybody in the room. Like I tell y'all all the time, you want a one-on-one with Big, DM me the word Big. I will be honest, it costs to be the boss. If you're ready to put your money where your goals are, holla at me. All right. So feel your feelings. All right, let's get down. All right. Now that we feel our feelings, we got to reframe it and give it a name. So we got to identify our feelings. I'm gonna be honest. This process doesn't just happen this fast. This process doesn't just happen so fast. Like I'm going through it, but I hope you're taking notes, right? I want y'all to realize these are phases, or in other words, eras, eras of your life. That's all it is. I will wait for your next stream. It's okay if you don't have time. So look, we go live. We here for Rags to Riches every Monday, every Wednesday, and every Friday, 9 a.m. I'll be here. If I'm a little late, I'm going to work on not being late. That's cool with y'all. I'm here every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday at 9 a.m. EST time. Make sure you guys know that it's EST time. All right. You can catch us on TikTok and YouTube at the name Monshay Flow, MonShayFlow. Okay. It's a dot on TikTok. It's not a dot on YT. All right. So after you feel your feelings, then you gotta identify what you even felt. like, yo, okay, I'm feeling this shit, but like, what am I even feeling? Like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Right? If you don't know, go ask somebody who may know. I want you to take a moment right there, like, yo, who do I know has experienced this and can help maneuver me through what I'm feeling? This is where community matters. This is where community matters. This is where they're talking about your network is your net worth, right? So it's the people you are most connected to and you talk to on a most daily basis are 1,000% connected to how you're currently feeling. Sit with that. All right. So I want y'all to see. Remember, I said these are phases, right? Because I'm going to give you guys something. So this whole phase is phase one. You're like, big, what? You're telling me all that is phase one? All of this is phase one. All of this is phase one. Phase one is called the truth. The truth. I'm gonna catch y'all. I try to catch y'all comments as much as I can, but I really want to get through this. I gotta stick to my status quo. Okay, I gotta stick to the boundaries. 25 minutes. 25 minutes. So 25 minutes. I'm about to give you. I'm about to give you everything that you need to move into the next phase. Cause you already know the truth, bro. Like, come on, bro. You already know the truth, man. Like, you know what you need to be doing. You know what matters more to you, and you keep denying that. We're not gonna keep denying our why, bro. It's not gonna happen. What the hell? Did y'all just hear that shit drop? Confirmation. Confirmation. Fucking nation. Cool. So the cool thing about truth is a lot of people already fucking know it, bro. I know it, you know it, we know it. New York, the we way, two way. We already know, gang. We already know. We already know. So now that we know, what do we do with what we know? Cool. Hope y'all got that. Hope y'all was following along. I'm about to clear the board. About to clear the board, bro. That's phase one. I'm gonna give you a second to get that down. You better screenshot it. Oh, TikTok, y'all can't screenshot it. So I'm gonna go right back through it. So cool. We're talking about failure reframing. We're talking about taking a name for something and rename it, right? There's no such thing as I was not dealt the right cards. What does that mean? Literally, what does that mean? Because you're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have people aren't going to always treat you nice, and that's okay. You deal with it as you see fit to deal with it. Okay. So the first thing we have on the board is we have phase one, right? We have this is truth. This is telling ourselves the truth. So whatever we just going through a past memory. And guess what? Take it one day at a time. You guys may have mad freaking fucking memories. Like I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like I spent a lot of time alone. So I really don't have like too many memories where I have a lot of like people crossing me. Like that's not really like a thing. It is, but it's not. Like y'all get what I'm saying? Like I've experienced it, but like most of my memories is just basically, living life and what I was doing, like getting all this money and I was just fucking blowing it. Like I'll just be honest. That's literally like, yo, why the fuck was I living for them? Why was I even listening to them? Like, why was I even around them? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have much, So most of my past memories aren't as traumatic. But I will say if your past memories are traumatic, it's okay to take your time and feel your feelings. You don't have to do this in any order. Listen, phase one is not in any order, right? Sometimes life teaches you, right? Our second note, list the lessons it's taught you. Sometimes life teaches you before you even realize that you needed that because of a moment. And now you're feeling your feeling. Like you see, like it's no specific way to live life, basically, is what I'm teaching you guys today. There's no if you wake up today and say, "Yo, I want to fucking change," you can literally fucking change, bro. If you wake up today, I don't want to be in connection with this person. I don't want to be in a connection with that over there. I don't want to like you literally can do just that. You literally can do just that. And nobody can tell you anything. They can't. Because once you've identified something that you knew you had to be the truth about, how you move from there is on you. All right. So the first note we have is a past memory, right? We say after the past memory, list the lessons it taught you, the gems it gave you, right? Feel your feelings and identify your feelings because when you can identify something, you can shift it, you can change it. But something you don't know about, you can't change it until you run smack and dead like into it, right? Cool. Phase three, the shift. Yeah, Play the cards you are dead. The writing is back for us. Yeah. Listen, no shade TikTok. No shade. Y'all got the mic. Can y'all hear the mic anyway? Y'all got the mic. So hopefully I just gave y'all the notes. Hopefully it was locked in. If you want to see the specific notes on what's on the board, you can migrate from here and go to YouTube. I know everybody got a YouTube. If you want to see the notes and you don't want to have to ask me to reset it, you can come sub to us on YouTube, or don't sub. You can just come the hell over here. And you can see the board. Like, cause YouTube can see the words. I'll be honest. I'm showing YouTube the words a little bit more because they show me lot more love, and that's not against nobody here in the chat right now. So, but if you sub to the YouTube, there'll be a re-recording. There'll be a recording of this live. So everything is being recorded, pre-recorded, or whatever. Look, whatever, y'all know what I'm saying. But no shade, no, for real. So if you guys want to get the notes right now, um, y'all can come over here on YouTube right now, or you can just sub to our YouTube, and the clip, the live, the whole entire live will be edited, and you probably will see it on the page tomorrow. It takes a little while for YouTube to kind of make sure nothing is, they kind of fish through. I think people actually watch your whole fucking videos. I think that's pretty cool though. All right, let's see what I got, y'all. 19 minutes, okay? I also meant to tell y'all details matter. Well, details really don't matter, but I think because I'm a detail person, I like to say details matter. All right. So now we're in phase two. I got 19 minutes. Phase two. All right. So now that we have identified how we feel, da 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 da, now we see the truthness and realness of it. I want you to rename it. So instead of oh, TikTok really need to sponsor me for like some market brands. No shade. I want you to rename it. So instead of looking at it as trauma or mistake or unsuccessful, like, yeah, y'all, like calling it so much, like calling it all those names, it just feels so freaking heavy. Like, it just feels so heavy. Rename that thing, bro. Me, I like to say it was just fuel for me to, although like it wasn't as traumatic, like my life wasn't as traumatic that I know a lot of people have experienced. I'll be honest and say that because of it, it's made me the person I am. I will say that. I will say, although it's probably not how I personally would have wrote the script, it means something to me. You know what I'm saying? And where I am spiritually and mentally because of telling myself the truth or accepting the truth or accepting that some things happen like that. Like, unfortunately, and it shouldn't happen, a lot of stuff, right? But it did. So, how do we move forward with that? What do you choose? I'm gonna be honest with you. I love everybody. And if somebody grows up in their life and they say, well, I'm going to be this conniving person, da 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 da, or whatever, right? I want to, and I want to unalive. If that's what they think that they need to do, hey, because now we're at a point in life right now where it's like it's only been about good and evil. It never was about anything else. It was about what you were willing to do with your time, your frequency. That's all it's ever been about. Are you going to do it badly, or are you going to do it evilly, or are you going to do it lovingly? And when you figure out what side you're on, right? I'm gonna be honest. People that's carrying around these words trauma and unsuccessfulness and mistakes and yo, that's not a loving heart. A loving heart realizes that yo, although these things are present, I don't have to choose it. You don't gotta choose nothing you don't want to choose. You can rename whatever it is you want to rename. Simple. I commend a lot of trans people. Reason being is because they got the balls, bro. A lot of them were named something else and was like, nah, I feel like my name is, like I was the child then, you had that reign over me, but this is how I identify. This is who I am. And if I feel like if you're happy with what you're doing in your life, then be happy. But if you're not happy, choose different. Choose different. Okay? After the rename, guess what comes after that? Sorry, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all phase two is shift. What comes after that is the rebirth. And what we're talking about rebirth, right? When you think about birth, right? What do you think about? You're thinking about small babies. So you have to know that when you rename something and rebirth something, it's starting all over. It's starting from a seed, and then it needs to blossom. So you have to really give yourself time to grow and develop. Okay? You have to give yourself time to grow and develop, bro. Stop being so got blessed hard on yourselves. You're so hard on yourself. If you're choosing to take action and you're currently doing, I want you to stop being so hard on yourself. It doesn't have to look a specific way. It don't. Who said that? You said that? Or they said that? Who said that? Where did people start really saying like, yo, you had to be, yo, if you ain't here by 25, bro, you lost. You're done. Like when you actually think about this shit, yo, like when you actually think about this shit and you actually like sit back, like who the fuck told us that? Like what? Where was there a blueprint where it said like, yo, if you're not here by 25, you're done. No, seriously. No, seriously. Oh, if your business is not making this much by this amount of time, it's crazy. Calm down and quiet the outside noise. All right, that's phase two. Phase two is super short because, as you can see, the long parts of your journey, the deep parts, right, is the psychological. Because the action, putting in the reps is easy. Going to work is easy, right? Making the money is easy. But the belief of really making, like, yo, starting your own business is easy. Yo, I'm going to do this. Cool. I just started my own business. See you later. Okay. Come on, let's go. Get back into it. Now that you felt your feelings, get back into it. Get back into it. Just hop back into it. Don't explain nothing. I don't even know what it is that you about to do. I don't know what it is about you about to do. But just get back in it. I just came off on vacation for 2 weeks. Had to actually lay down and relax and I'm fully rested now. You just needed time to rest. That's okay. You needed time to process. That is okay. Feel me? That's okay. Go through the motions. Now that you went through the motions, it's time to shift. Cool. Now that we done shifted, because the shift don't take long. Once you get your mind in alignment with your goals, the shift don't take long. Now we're about getting results. That's phase three. And now the cool thing about your journey is this, right? Watch this. The cool thing about your journey really is this. I got 11 minutes, y'all. The cool thing about your journey is really this. when you get the results. Everybody get turned when they get the results. But I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of people don't want to do the work. If you're under the sound of my voice right now, whether you're watching live or the replay, the cool thing about this is you're somebody who likes to get results. Because if you hear like, yo, I don't know about y'all, but I woke up in the interview with this, you know, Poppy, bro. A lot of people be complaining about a lot of things on their plate, but I ain't worried about having a little weight on. Eating. Okay? Eating. See what I'm saying? Like, life is good. Because guess what? I choose for it to be good. And my mind is good. And my spirit is good. I'm good. I woke up today. I'm good. You know? Yeah, it is really just enough for me that I just woke up today. Everybody ain't like that. I get it. I get it. All right. But the part that y'all been waiting for, let's go result based. Cool. All right. So now that we done got this together, because guess what? Without this together, none of this, you know? Yeah, come on, Key. You know? I'm like, yo, I'm straight. We good here. We good here. You know? We good. Like, we straight. So now we talk about results based. Phase three. This the fun phase. Cause now now that you didn't actually told yourself the truth, right? You didn't actually shift it. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Cool. Now here come the results. And here come the results. All right. What you just did was a subconscious reset. Cool thing about subconscious reset is it's like a brand new baby. Simple. It's like a brand new baby. Get homies. It's like a brand new baby. Cool thing about your subconscious reset is you can reset it whatever you want. So now that you're not people pleasing no more and you ain't living for other people, it's unlimited. Y'all, when I'm teaching, I'll just be ah! Right? Yeah, it's unlimited. What? I'm about to fill my subconscious up with a lot of things. Be homies. I mean, because guess what? Now that I am not a slave to anything outside of myself, and I realize that's inside of myself, cool. I done woke up. Know what I mean? What up, Yano? Know what I mean? I got 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 55 seconds. Let's go. This is easy. So now that I've done the work subconsciously and I've put in the reps, what comes next is unlimited. You pick what comes next. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't really want that held in their hand. That's why you see a lot of people say, "Yeah, I want it." Stop, start. If you're in a Discord, bro, the book that we like, Who Moved My Cheese? Nah, it's about the cheese. It's about moving with the cheese. I adapt with the cheese. I adapt with the bag. Okay? Come on. Cool. So now we know that's unlimited. Cool. Let me give y'all the last one. And I'm gonna give y'all a bonus and I'm out. Cool. We're gonna do something called a DNA reboot. If you haven't took no notes down, you might want to take these ones down. All right. 7 minutes. And we're about to do a DNA reboot. Now I'm placing myself in a group that I truly believe that I belong in. That could be with you or by yourself. Simple. That could be with you or by yourself. But check this out. We got your inner kid era, right? I told y'all it was three phases, right? Watch this. You got your inner kid, that's a mirror. You got your current version, that's a mirror. And then you have your desired future version, that's a mirror. You have to be able to name your mirrors in order to figure out how to face your mirrors. Yo, I got that gym when I was talking to my lady. I was like, hold on, I gotta write this down. I was like, hold on, I gotta write this down. She was like, yeah, that was hard. She was like, yeah, that was wrong. You know what I'm saying? That was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all it's three phases, right? So the three phases that I'm talking about, we're talking about the truth, we're talking about shifting, and we're talking about getting results, right? So I want you to pick where you at in your life. It's nothing wrong with being at your inner kid mirror, taking care of your inner kid. I don't care if you're at that phase in your life and you may be 30. Who cares? What are you talking about? Because guess what? Who's to say that you're not your inner kid and your current version at the same time? Huh? I just need to know when to approach each mirror, right? So some people is still going through inner kid shit. Cool. Y'all. All right. If you at this stage in your life where you juggling both of them, I don't even want you to say nothing. I want you to be okay with that because guess what? You automatically gonna get straight. You automatically gonna get the desired result. Some people got to do it separately. So if you don't have to do it separately right now, and you have the ability to do it doubly right now, bro, stop playing with me and act like you know who you are. Cause this is some of this stuff is taking people out. I need y'all to realize this. Like I really need y'all to things that we talking about in here right now is taking people out. I was looking in my memories, right? This is tough to talk about because it's like, yo, it's no way that I'm really experiencing this shit in real time. So y'all know I haven't worked, you know, corporate for a year, but we've been running the business and we just been booming with it, right? My roommate literally came and told me one day we were at the apartment and she was like, yo, why did I just see da 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 like tweaking out in the middle of the road? I'm like, huh? Some people are literally being taken out because of what they've experienced. So if you have the capabilities, have the capacity to hold your inner kid while figuring out who you're becoming at the same time, I commend you. Some people aren't even facing the mirror. Some people are just worried about the current version. Y'all, I need markers. Like, y'all need to send me markers. I'm tired of paying for stuff. Y'all need to send me markers. Right? Some people only in the current stage just trying to get the result, but don't realize that yo, you can't miss a phase. If you miss a phase, what happens is some people take themselves out. What are you saying, Big? What I'm saying is the young lady that was in the middle of the road tweaked out. I had literally was just having conversation with this lady. Went to New Jersey, right in the casino. We having a good time. She's smiling, and you would never have known that because maybe she missed a phase. Maybe it was the truth stage. If you miss the truth, it's hard to really accept the results. But if you give yourself the truth, let me, if you give yourself the truth, you face that mirror, if you're willing to face it, but face it as the version that it needs to be faced with. A lot of y'all got a lot of stuff going on with your inner kid that you just keep on bringing it to your current version, and your current version of you ain't. It got something to do with your inner kid, but it don't necessarily got something. Who you're becoming doesn't have to, you know. What I'm trying to say is this. If I'm not making sense, what I'm trying to say is this. You have to face, you have to figure out how to face your mirrors, not just face them wildly, right? Because a lot of people are just wildly facing these things. When you're intentional and deliberate about the things that you choose to do, the cool thing and the difference with a lot of people who are being taken out is this. The more you do it, you're only supposed to start it messy, then critique it. The more messier it gets, the more heavier it gets. So the more out of control, the more you don't name things, the more you don't, the more you literally don't identify things, you leave it open for God knows what to identify it. And that can either be a helpful thing or a hindering thing. Okay? That's my time, y'all. That's literally my time. That's my time, y'all. I appreciate y'all for coming in here, bro. Hey, I realize that I can't always hide behind the camera. I appreciate y'all for being here. This is first day back, yo. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? I actually had to rest. Like, it's like, dang, like lay in the bed, like your body, like yes, your body's tired, right? So today I'm gonna be just grinding. But you can start the day. You may say, yo, big, I've had so many days before this, before hearing this topic, and I've been trying to figure out what it is, and you gave it to me here today. Know what I'm saying? Comment the word BIG. What commenting the word BIG gonna do for you? Take you to the next level. Okay? You gotta be willing to put your money where your goals are in order to bigger the bag. So when we're talking about rags to riches, we're simply just talking about identity shifts. That's it. Because once you shift identities, what happens with it is this: a clean slate. So if you're ready for your clean slate today, if you're ready to get freed, you know what I'm saying? Come to work, BIG. You know you gotta put your money where your girls is when it comes to talking to me. Is Yana still in the chat? Yana, I was talking about you earlier, how you joined the 90-day challenge. You know, in a sense, have you on the join the Discord? You know, there's a video pinned on my page. If you guys aren't following us from YouTube, please, YouTubers, family over here, go, go coexist with, the TikTok fam. All right. You can find me on everything. Monshay Flow, MonShayFlow. Okay. It's a dot on TikTok, but you're going to put Monshay in and I'm going to be the first person that's going to come up. That simple. All right. I told them, Yana, how you started with zero in your savings and your portfolio is up over 200 plus, right? So give it up for you in the chat, right? This is how cool it is to be studious. If your money is looking funny, come holler at me, bro. Put your money where your goals are. All right. Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate y'all. And if you're listening to this recording, I hope this took you to the next level. Until next time, I catch y'all Wednesday at 9 a.m. If you late for class, that's on you. We ain't always going back over. Nah, can't do that. I got time. All right. So I gotta get out of here. I gave y'all an hour and 15 minutes today.